Blowin' in the Wind is one of the most influential protest songs of all time. But what does the man who wrote it think it's all about? In April 1962, Bob Dylan came running into Gertie's Folk City, a Greenwich Village music venue, and found his friend Gil Turner, who was about to go on stage with the New World Singers. According to Clinton Haylen's book, Revolution in the Air, Dylan told Turner, "Gil, I got a new song that I just finished. Want to hear it?" That song was Blowin' in the Wind. At the time, it marked a significant departure from Dylan's previous songwriting output. His debut album only had 2 original songs, and neither had the depth of this new tune. Turner was blown away by Blowin' in the Wind, though. He sang the song that night in what would be its first performance before a live audience. The crowd had the same reaction as Turner when he first heard it, too. They were awed. That summer, in an interview with the folk music magazine Sing Out, Dylan tried to explain the meaning of the song's lyrics. He told the publication, "There ain't too much I can say about this song except that the answer is blowing in the wind. It ain't in no book or movie or TV show or discussion group." Dylan had written Blowin' in the Wind in 2 short stints in April 1962. He later claimed he composed the original 2-verse version in about 10 minutes, with the middle verse coming a few weeks later. Dylan later told journalist Mark Rowland that the song was based on a traditional spiritual called No More Auction Block for Me. When Dylan debuted the original 2-verse version at Gertie's Folk City that month, he started out by trying to explain what the song wasn't about. Per Revolution in the Air, he said, "This here ain't a protest song or anything like that, because I don't write protest songs. I'm just writing it as something to be said, for somebody, by somebody." Yet, in his Sing Out interview, Dylan seemed to espouse moral, if not explicitly political views, he said. "Some of the biggest criminals are those that turn their heads away when they see wrong and know it's wrong. I'm only 21, and I know there's been too many wars." Even before Dylan recorded Blowin' in the Wind, Gil Turner and folk legend Pete Seeger published the song's lyrics in their magazine Broadside, and it soon took on a life of its own. The folk singer Dave Van Ronk, who initially dismissed the song, heard street singers around Washington Square Park in Greenwich Village parodying Blowin' in the Wind. In the biography Down the Highway, The Life of Bob Dylan, he recalled, "If the song is strong enough, without even having been recorded, to start generating parodies, the song is stronger than I realized." With Blowin' in the Wind, Dylan supercharged his career and catapulted himself into becoming the voice of his generation. But it wasn't his version that made it happen. Peter, Paul, and Mary, a popular folk trio, recorded the song in the summer of 1963, with their version shooting to the number 2 spot on the Hot 100. Whether Dylan intended it or not, Blowin' in the Wind quickly became a protest song. Bob Cohen of the New World Singers told Sean Kernan of the Cinch Review, "We would go on to sing it in Mississippi in 1963-64, where it became a civil rights anthem." Cohen felt the song reflected a yearning for justice and for peace. The high watermark of Blowin' in the Wind as a protest song came in August 1963 during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, the same iconic event at which the Reverend Martin Luther King gave his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. Peter, Paul, and Mary performed the song on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial after being introduced to a crowd of more than 250,000 people by the actor and activist Ossie Davis. Before bringing the band on, Davis told the crowd, "And now a group of singers who have come to help express in song what this great meeting is all about."
I give you now Peter, Paul, and Mary.
The activists who marched to Washington that day clearly gave Blowin' in the Wind its own meaning. But Dylan was always steadfast about his thoughts on the song. Just a year before the event, he had told a reporter, "I'm not politically inclined. Blowin' in the Wind was just a feeling I felt because I felt that way."